Hello everyone, welcome to Mayfly Disc Golf, the Oklahoma Disc Golf channel. I'm Andrew, here again with Randy May.
Hello everybody, how are you doing today? We're going to do the final round, the Norman Youth Legends. There's Brandon, he's at 8, Nick's at 3, Seth's at 2, and Scott is at 1. There are our players, and we're up for a good round.
Yeah, so hole 1, we've got a par 3, 308 feet. Decent shot here, a little different from Ruby Grant. You know, this course in particular is just a smidge more wooded, I would say, than Ruby. This first hole, though, it's just a nice dead straight shot. Have a small tunnel kind of off the gap at first, but...
Go! Yeah.
There goes Seth.
Shot, Seth. Thanks.
It's a
Parks
nice shot.
Right at the rocks, yeah. It's a great shot. Yeah, I feel like if you can get it to fade and kind of sit at those rocks, that's a good position to cart the birdie.
Yeah, Scott. I got my bag now. I'm just kidding.
And if you watched the last video, we had mentioned that Scott is actually playing, or was playing, with a borrowed bag. Randy's, he's still using the borrowed bag for this tournament?
Somebody brought him his bag, so he's playing with his now.
All right, good deal.
All right, here's your leader for inside circle 1 putt, I think.
Birdie.
Great putt.
I think that's actually Nick Nielsen, another player that we've had the pleasure of working with before in the past.
Yeah, so.
That was Brandon first.
Oh, I see. Oh.
There's Scott. There's Nick.
Oh, there's Nick. Okay.
Nick actually, we shot a round last year, I believe it was, with him and a few of his buddies. And he came over to the house and did commentary with you, Andrew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's great to have him on the mic, and he's fun to work with. And yeah.
Yeah, he hadn't been playing that long, and him and his buddies, started playing, and he kind of is the one that kind of kept with it, and it's gotten really good. His buddies went on, some of them are in law school and kind of doing grown-up things, but not that you're not, Nick, but
Hey.
so we have a star frame right off hole 1.
Yeah, I feel like this hole 1 definitely plays a little bit easier than the Ruby Grant course. So, yeah.
So we have hole 2, par 3, 312 feet. You're going to want to throw down. You can see that basket right there. So you're going to have to throw something low ceiling shot or throw a big hyzer over the trees, which is the play for the guys that have big arms like this. That's actually a really nice shot. Right down by the basket.
Yeah, grass here is short and dry enough that you can get a pretty decent little skip if you get it at the right angle. So, for any of the players that are kind of
Just like practice,
hitting
baby.
this low, just like this from Seth. Didn't get quite the right angle on it. Had a little bit of a cut roll, but I'm sure he'll be able to get a good approach for the recovery.
Yeah, it's up and late.
Scott also going with the big hyzer around the trees.
Come on, up, raise, girl.
Yeah,
Yes, come on, like that.
Go
in, go in.
Do it.
Down there. Yeah, it flashed behind it.
I think that ended up being a pretty good shot. Couldn't find it, but
Yeah,
and
some
again,
pretty
Andrew,
decent throws.
these guys were a fun card to work with too. They joked around quite a bit and kind of gave each other a hard time, and just kind of had a nice, fun, relaxing round. So nice. There's a birdie.
And speaking of good and fun and rounds, if you're interested in shooting around with us, make sure and send us an email. You can also comment on one of our videos, and we'd be happy to shoot around with you and get to do some commentary and support the local Oklahoma disc golf scene.
Right on. Love to come film you around. Not overly sophisticated on our video stuff because it's just me with a camera. Unfortunately, I don't have drone and don't have a catch cam and all that. But here's your leader.
Yeah, striking 10 down right now. He's got a big separator as we move into hole 3. It's a par 4. It's 369 feet, which feels a little bit short for a par 3, but the difficulties are just this kind of tighter fairway and these kind of long, skinny trees in the middle of the fairway itself. So, yeah, you'll see some of these guys, just like Brandon here, kind of throw a little bit of a just a very driving forehand, but some will opt for this backhand with just a little bit of drift to the right.
The ideal play on this hole is you want to get it up there where that little dirt hill is. If you can get it through to there, then you've got a great look for your second shot to get to the basket and get an easy birdie. But if you don't get through, it gets pretty difficult.
Yeah, definitely in scramble mode if you get kicked off the fairway. Makes it pretty difficult to scramble up for your par. But we'll see what these guys have.
Yeah, the rough on this course is pretty nasty. I mean, stickers and things that want to grab you and poke you. And that was a great shot by Scott.
Yeah, nice pushing, a little bit of hyzer with it.
Dude, that was so perfect.
That was uncharacteristic of Brandon because he has a killer forehand. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, it just seemed like it was left a little bit low, hitting those kind of wood barrier there. What I like about this hole is that it is still a par 4. So even if you are in scramble mode and you are throwing your second shot to the basket, you still have the opportunity to card the birdie. So it feels short but fair. Low jumper from Seth.
Nice birdie.
Yeah. Yeah, really great recovery shot from Scott.
Nice, Nick. And there are your scores through hole 3.
Yeah. Nick gaining stroke on Brandon. See how that plays out.
Hole 4, par 3, 369 feet. This is just a big shot get all the way down there to the tree line.
Yeah. Nice. That had some stability. I thought those.
It's interesting going from one 369-foot hole that's a par 4 to another 369-foot par 3. Just seeing a kind of drastic difference between the two. Definitely one of the reasons that I think this course is a lot of fun. Very similar to Ruby in the sense that it gives you kind of both the open and wooded style of disc golf.
This course holds dear to my heart. I watch a lot of old disc golf videos, and back in 2014, 2015, Paul Macbeth was coming here and playing. Him and Nate Sexton were touring together, and so it's kind of cool to go back and watch old videos of this course with Paul playing and Nate Sexton and some of the Oklahoma locals that were playing this tournament as well.
Big
Yeah,
long drives from the whole card, though.
Yeah.
You always kind of forget how guarded this basket is with all these sort of long, skinny trees surrounding it. For it being such like a simple, distance, just long distance throw.
Yeah, it's probably, if you throw up to the front of that tree line, you probably got another 150 feet to the basket in the wooded area. What the pros do, and these guys with the big arms just throw it over all the trees like these guys did and just have it crash down into the trees and hopefully near the basket.
Mm-hmm.
There's a birdie from your leader.
Yeah, Brandon seems to be on a heater right now. Playing really, really good golf, especially after his first round at Ruby Grant.
When I was filming this, I don't keep track of scores or what's going on. I just focusing on, filming, and it wasn't until I put the video together that I really kind of realized the scores and kind of what the players were doing, and really impressed.
Yeah. Yeah, these are by no means like easy courses to play. I mean, they still got their fair amount of difficulty, so seeing some of these guys go anywhere between 5 and then, Brandon with 11 down, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
All right, going into hole 5, it's a par 4, 402 feet. There's a couple of different ways that you can play this hole. I've seen some flex a forehand out there. I've seen some people try and go for a roller if they can get it on the right angle, get it in the right position. You have a little bit of this sort of split fairway, kind of at the initial gap of the tee. But a very fun hole, very fun par 4. Again, kind of a shorty as far as 400 feet, but again, it's got its fair amount of difficulty.
You gotta stop side arming, dude.
And that is what you don't want to do.
And
I don't know how many times.
That is the tough part.
Yeah, I've hit that tree so many times.
Yeah, the flex is honestly, it is truly the best throw off the tee here. The roller angle is real tight. It's really tough. But just getting the right shape on that flex forehand is hard. You almost have to kind of jump off the tee pad just to get the right angle around that second tree. Interesting play here again from Seth. He's going for a little bit more of that straight line.
Right. That's how I play this hole.
That good?
Looks good to me.
Really tough scramble for Scott. Bad position. He's got still about 320, 330 from the basket in this position.
But he recovered good and got out in the fairway, and he's got a good look into the wooded area where the basket is.
Yeah. Good recovery. He should be able to get his scramble. Ooh.
Yeah,
Throws
he
it
went up and
high.
over. Yeah.
That's interesting. I've never seen that before. This is also kind of an awkward position for Brandon too. I mean, he's still fairly in the open, but
Nobody go up there, Seth?
I don't know that he got quite enough turn on that to
No, I don't think it
get
got
himself in
through.
putting position.
Good.
In fact, I don't think he got through because I remember I was standing up there with the camera and he's like, behind you. I'm like, oh, sorry. I didn't know you were there.
Oh, it's so loud.
Nick's going over too.
You gotta play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. He's kind of pinched off in that section where he's at, and up and over is probably a much better play than trying to do forehand roller.
Yeah, see,
Really
he didn't
flexed
get through.
forehand.
He only got to that first little tree line thing there, and
Good shot.
not a problem for that upshot there.
Yeah, he's got such a strong forehand. I'm not surprised that he was able to get his scramble and recover for a
Yeah,
par.
Seth just laid up.
No. You care if I tap in? Yeah, go. What's the difference between a tap in and a tap out?
They were giving Scott a hard time on that shot,
That's a thinker.
saying that he was just trying to lay up and not run it. But he was trying to run it. He had it tough trying to come inside all those trees and try to get out of there. Oh,
Ooh, bad chain out on the weak side. That's tough putt. Tough putt for Scott. Brandon recover his par.
yeah. Seth's score is just, I
I
think, was the last round, the round before this one, he was up like down like 6. Hole 6, par 3, 280 feet. Blind to the basket, straight kind of down that hill and to the right. You want to just, these guys are probably all going to just go forehand, and it's just kind of the play for this if you have it. If you don't, then certainly a backhand, kind of understable disc, kind of throw an ante, get it down there. But that's about right where the basket is. That was a good throw by your leader.
Yeah, there's, it's nice on this hole in particular. There's enough airspace where you can kind of flex something and keep it maybe a little bit straighter, and rather than really have a very like an overstable disc on a forehand kind of fade and maybe skip and get out of position of the basket.
Yeah. Sorry. Thanks.
Yeah, I like that shape from Seth. I think that's a perfect shape and width to be in position for a birdie.
Yeah. That was a good shot, kind of a
Scott.
low skip.
Yeah, Scott with a standstill forehand.
Brandon's thinking more birdies, more birdies. Oh no.
No.
You know,
Bad chain out.
on his first round, he missed 3 or 4 that he should have had that really would have made his score big.
Yeah.
This basket
Oh,
does
no.
not want to catch a disc today.
This is unfortunate for the card. I mean, those are some bad spit outs, even just from
Dude.
10
Yeah,
feet.
this should have been a star frame.
Go ahead, son.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And
Yeah, definitely a birdieable hole. It's surprising to see a couple of pars on this.
prodigy basket, man.
Yeah. Well, Brandon's still holding that striking lead. We move on to hole 7. It's a par 3, 288 feet. Again, tight fairway, lots of
Casual.
these kind of thin,
Is it casual?
thinner trees in the middle of the fairway. Most often play is just kind of take an overstable disc, put it on a little bit of Anheuser, let it fade out to the left.
I think the best play on this is throw from the short tee.
I agree.
That's what I do.
Short tee is much easier than the
Because
pro
you think,
tees,
oh,
the longs.
it's just back maybe, 60 feet from the other pin? I mean, the pad. But it makes such a difference when you back that up.
Stop rolling.
Yeah.
See, there's a Mando there. He hit that
Brandon.
Mando sign.
Yeah, I was gonna say Brandon just even it a little bit wide on the left. He'll have to scramble for a par. Interesting play here from Nick going the forehand route. You really have to. I feel like you've got to throw something understable, get it to ride straight.
That flipped up good, but
Woo!
hit a tree.
Still, I mean, forehand. I feel like again, it's a little unconventional off of the tee, but I mean, great play. He got some good distance compared to some of his other card mates.
Go.
There's no easy spot if you don't stay in the fairway on this.
Yeah, you can take it a little further back.
Oh. So he was actually in the
not.
water about 3 foot in front of him.
Yeah.
And so he took a casual relief, and they're like, hey, you can back up some more if you need to.
Fine. Yes, sir.
Nice recovery shot right there.
Yeah, very, very good recovery.
I think he turned that over a little bit.
Yeah, he did. Looked like maybe it might have cut rolled, or maybe just didn't catch edge quite soon enough. Well, I'm interested to see where Scott kind of ended up.
Nice upshot.
Yeah, great approach. Very, very good approach. Next time I play Northeast Lines, maybe I'm playing the forehand.
Yeah. So this is Brandon's third, I think.
Yeah, this is his third.
But
he's got enough strokes to kind of play with on the rest of the card that I feel like, he's in a good position, but don't want to give too many.
He's
especially
a
as we
salty
move into
dog.
the back nine. Yeah.
He's good. All those roots and stuff make it really hard on approach sometimes.
Yeah. I like that they've built up some kind of stepped retaining walls and stuff to kind of help prevent some of the rollaways that you'd have on such hard ground. It is nice having a little bit of that, just a little bit of courtesy on the hole.
Mm-hmm. We call those guardian roots.
Yeah. quite a few out here in Oklahoma if you've ever played any of the courses.
Hole 8 is a fun one, par 3, 282 feet. You've got to hit this gap, and the basket is off to the left. So just hit the gap and with the late fade.
I love this hole. It's one of my favorite holes in Oklahoma. Just so fun. little tricky, but if you've got that, nice straight shot in your bag, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's also cool too because hole 9 is protected by a wood retaining wall that you'll kind of see further down in the fairway. So then you're not running the risk of hitting any other players on the course.
Yeah. That's a beauty.
Yeah, gorgeous throw. Seth had a little bit of trouble off the tee, and I'll be interested to see kind of where he ended up. Scott also just a little off on the throw, but hopefully he dropped middle of the fairway. He'll be able to recover.
Scott plays on the Pro Tour. He knows what he's doing, but we all know that you can have a good day in disc golf and you can have not such a good day when you play for whatever reason, and that's what makes it so challenging.
Yeah.
As soon as you get out of the car, it's like, how am I going to throw today? I don't know.
Yeah, awkward position here for Scott.
He did make it through. And that didn't work out too well.
Yuck. Yeah. I wonder if there just wasn't enough room to really get an actual throw in, so he's forced to kind of throw the roller.
He was in jail.
This is going to be an interesting throw from Brandon.
Made it through, though.
Wow. Must be a little bit of airspace back there behind those trees.
Nice.
Nice bid.
Oh, no. Yeah,
Great
Seth
putt.
seems
Let's get the vibes going again, boys.
a little frustrated with that hole. Understandably so. I mean, it's a tough one, especially when you're having to scramble from that position. But
Nick's trying to keep up with him.
yeah, do a pretty decent job, especially as we move into hole 9. So this one's an easy one. It's par 3, 252 feet. For the most part, dead straight. You've got a little bit of guardian trees and stuff that you have to get past. But
That was a beaut. Yeah, you got a left side and a right side on here. I had never thought about it, but I think it's Scott that's going to throw a big forehand up over the trees, hyzer and around, which is a great play.
yeah, I mean, if you've got the distance and the power,
I wasn't
you
ready
could
for it.
definitely launch something.
Yeah, I was thinking he was going to go down low.
Nice.
Yeah, that low left side is really tough. I mean, it's just you don't have a lot of airspace to really throw something clean off the tee on that left side. So, not surprised to see quite a few of the players either throwing the big forehand over the top or trying to hit that right side line.
Gosh.
Just a little too straight for Seth. Unfortunate.
Yeah, he went OB there. He went into the lake.
Oh, no.
Yeah, on his. Can you imagine?
No good.
We'll see if he can recover.
Great putt.
Nice.
Very nice jumper from Brandon to recover the par.
Circle 2.
Thank you.
Yeah, that forehand, and that is the one tricky thing about the forehand over the top is you do run the risk. If you don't have a disc that's going to fade fast enough, you do run the risk of it getting in the water, especially skipping into it.
Yeah, there's a birdie by Nick.
Catching up to Brandon. One more stroke. Scott's got great position here too.
Hmm.
A really, really good forehand.
I don't hit corner
There you
pocket.
go.
I hit
Good
dead center. Video evidence.
All right, hole 10, par 4, 428 feet. You want to shoot it through that gap right there. The basket's down
Didn't get a bogey.
in that next level of trees. Several ways to get there, but you've got to have a big arm for this one.
Yeah, a little bit of elevation gain too, so
You can get that.
definitely playing a little bit longer
Nick,
than just
we're trying to pick up the
340. I
vibe
would
of the
say
bar.
maybe even
Don't put
closer
him
to about
down.
380 or 390 just because
Yeah.
the elevation.
You're gonna
alone.
birdie.
Nick kind of caught an early tree. He should still be able to have a decent recovery.
Go.
That's the shot. That's the
Yeah,
play.
I love that throw from Scott. That is perfect. Great shaping on it.
The worst tee pads in Oklahoma here. Yep.
A little low out of the hand
They're all
for
either
Brandon.
Yeah. It was definitely on line. Just just a little too low.
Dime. Gap it.
You know, 9 times out of 10,
Thank you,
Brandon
thank
hits
you.
that gap and just takes care of business on this one.
Definitely. I wonder with as many of those discs kind of turning over, I wonder if wind was maybe pushing a little bit left to right and
Yeah,
forcing some of those discs to just drive a little bit more understable or just push a little bit more to the right.
Nice.
I think the wind was around 12 miles an hour, gusts up to 15. Temperature was probably around 73 or so. It was a nice day.
Annie putt, and it's just not working.
Scotch drive, man. Really good drive. Maybe pushed a little bit further to the left than desired, but
Dude, look what I have.
decent look at the basket.
Mhm.
No, I just pulled a Scott.
There was nothing there, bro.
I pulled a Scott. Fuck all y'all.
Good stepper
That
from
on
Nick.
camera.
He's got an
Flow.
interesting stepper.
Yeah, all in all, it's an interesting hole. You just have to get the height right on the disc off the tee. Otherwise, it's just difficult.
Let's go, dude.
All right, hole 3, par 3. It's 293 feet. You've got another sort of a gap here off the tee and kind of in the fairway. Baskets in kind of a nice wide open position. Ooh, way off there for Scott.
A little bit of a late release. A little bit of tree trimming, but he got it through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somewhat clean.
Nice.
Great shot shape for Seth.
Yeah.
That's 90 feet away.
He'll still have a little bit of work for his putt, but, you know, at
And
least he was clean off the tee.
If you don't get through, there's water down there that you can get into.
Nick opting for the forehand.
Okay, brother.
I think the
join me.
forehand's a
Good play.
great play so that it swings back to the right.
Yeah, I agree. Get it to swing back to the right, and then you're maybe a little less.
Because if you get over to the left, you're going to get really pinched off by those guardian trees.
Tumbled its way.
That was a
That's not a
great
shot.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Had the torque,
Nice
you
bid
have-
from our leader.
Nick's got a little bit of work, kind of an awkward stance here too, around the tree.
Oh, it robs the speed on it.
Just a bit short, but he'll be able to tap in for his par.
You. Oh, wait, no. I don't.
See, Seth had a great throw, but he kind of went down that hill to the left and got pinched off with those trees and low
Mhm.
ceiling. Not a good place to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, you really, I mean, you want something that's just going to ride straight, something you can kind of trust. If you throw anything that's got a small amount of fade, you're going to run that risk of getting over on that left side, and that's definitely not a spot you want to be in. Scott also has a little bit of work from this distance.
He's circle 2, I think. Oh,
Off
can't
the
blame
top
that on the
end.
basket.
No.
What I have found is whenever I miss a putt, it's the disc's fault.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's why you always got to change out your putters.
All the time. So what are you putting with now, Andrew?
I'm still putting with the DX Invaders. I was putting with the XT plastic for a little while, but switched to the DX. Just like the feel a little bit more in my hand. The XT plastic is also maybe a little bit slicker in my opinion, but
Hole 12, water carry, par 3, 345. If you can't throw a 320-foot shot, then you're not going to make it over the water. There's a landing area you can see kind of to the right over there that if you're playing this, that you can throw over to that landing area, which is what I do, and then throw up across. But that was a beautiful shot from Brandon.
yeah, huge forehand. I mean, even just a little, just past or just next to the basket.
Forehand guy, dude. Big.
All these guys have got pretty decent forehands. I'm not surprised that they're opting for that, especially with how the wind's kind of blowing over the water.
Mm-hmm.
Shot, Nick.
Nice
Good angle
shot
control from Nick.
Yeah.
Scott's opting for the backhand on this one. This will be an interesting throw.
Takes a lot of power to throw it a backhand over all those trees and get to that pin.
Yeah,
He didn't make it all the way, but he didn't get caught up in the water, so he's safe and he'll be able to get out of here with a par for sure.
Yeah, those trees are just right in the middle of where, you know, kind of a normal straight throw with a distance driver would be for that off the tee.
Birdie?
Another birdie for the leader.
Damn these girls.
Going into 13. Wonder if anyone else or even some of the other players have caught up or gotten close to his score.
I don't know if you saw on Disc Golf Network, but Latitude 64 and the Paul Macbeth Foundation are putting a disc golf course in Ukraine. I think that is so
Yeah.
cool.
I think that's amazing. You know,
Yeah.
the just amazing amount of support, and I think that's going to be a really cool project, really fun, and good for the disc golf community. So, hole 13, we move to another par 4. This one's got a little bit of distance on it, and you see some of these guys opt for this left hand over the water, just throw a nice chippy,
Perfect amount of highs.
you know, sort of forehand. But if you want an eagle bid, if you have the distance, you can throw line drive straight down that right side gap.
Nice.
Perfect for the backhand if you've got something that can play nice and straight.
That'll do.
He felt good about
Set.
that tree love there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, honestly, that was on a good line. Just maybe flipped over a little bit too much on him. Headed for those trees. This that right side gap is pretty narrow. You have to get have to kind of finesse that shot a little bit if you
That was a big old skip.
the eagle bid or even just want the backhand throw.
Yeah, it's interesting to me how these courses, they just let them overgrow, and what used to be a 30-foot gap is now a 20-foot gap, and so the basket's down that lane right through there to the left. Sometimes it's in that little wooded little T-post area right there. But I say T-post.
Yeah.
4x4.
Little early release for Seth.
That's a great upshot.
Yeah, good approach. This is nice for those forehand players to just have kind of a nice hyzer backhand approach into the green. Maybe a little bit easier than trying to go that backhand route. But again, if you've got the distance, you can punch through that line and get yourself, maybe a decent eagle bid.
Fine, never doubt. Good shot, confident.
All right, they're just going to clean this up, and I think they did a good job playing this hole, don't you?
Yeah, I think they did. It's I would say it's a simple hole design, pretty straightforward. It's nice that you have some options if you really want to go for it. You can go for the eagle, but
and again, there's a short tee pad on a lot of these that are on the long, but they're playing all long. So, if you're playing this course, certainly there's another option for a shorter tee pad. Brandon is still our leader.
yeah,
So
hold down the fort.
Yeah, hole 14, par 3, 342 feet. You've got a first face getting up over this hill, which is pretty good. Forces you to kind of throw something pretty high up in the air to get there, or you can chance trying to keep it low, but like Brandon did here. But then you've got these guardian trees up there to the basket that just, it makes for a really difficult time to get to this basket.
Or kind of a more over. Give it a little bit of anhyzer and let it fade back.
Yeah, I think roller's an option on this hole too.
Go. I think I hit it.
Nick didn't like that. I thought it was a pretty decent shot.
Turn it.
The tree says not today.
Come on, girl. Come back. If you're getting a read.
I like that play there because you avoid the trees, and certainly it's not in the way of your upshot.
Back up. Why do we have a right to left line?
So yeah, where Seth landed up there is pretty. He's a little pinched off though, but no problem.
Out. Yeah.
Birdie look for Nick. Circle for 2. Oh,
Oh, dead.
very nice bid. So we're just going to end up with a bunch of pars on hole 14, it looks like. Nick's got to get busy if he wants to win this tournament, doesn't he? I kind of lost that shot. I think we're missing Andrew. I'm going to see if I can get him back on.
Right at you.
Andrew, can you unmute yourself? I think we've lost Andrew. He is frozen and another good up shot there. I'm still trying to get Andrew back. Are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I lost connection there.
Welcome back. So this is a tough hole. It's a really long shot with a small gap. Oh, that was a close bid there. Andrew, am I going to have to call IT and get you back on?
Possibly. Can you
Oh,
hear
I
me
got
okay?
you now. I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm sorry, having some connection issues.
Well, you're in Fort Collins and I'm in Oklahoma City, so
Well, luckily, I think we're back in business now. Seems like the wind's really starting to pick up now in the round.
yeah,
as
that's
we're kinda-
really out in the open. Okay, hole
Brandon's still holding it
16,
down.
par 3, over the water, water carry, 351 feet. You can risk, that is a peninsula that basket is on. So these guys are not going for the peninsula. They're kind of throwing it out to the right. They're going to pitch up to the basket and just kind of take a par on this. I think, was that a par 3 or 4? I don't remember. I think
It is par 3.
It's
Yeah,
par 3,
definitely. Definitely a tough one. Kind of a harder get for sure. Don't blame the guys for, especially with how the wind's kind of blowing, a little bit of like a head cross. It's not a super favorable wind for trying to get to the basket at 350.
You just don't
No,
have
and you know, when the pro tours here or whenever they're doing the Norman Open, if you miss the peninsula and go into the water, you have to rethrow. There's
Yeah,
not
re-tee.
a drop zone. Yeah, re-tee.
So
So you lose a stroke until you. I don't know what the actual rules were for this tournament.
Yeah. Pretty good shot by Scott, though. Definitely getting the distance, putting himself within attack range, but he's still going to have kind of a long putt for the birdie.
Oh, you pussy.
Just giving it a little bit of a soft bid.
Here comes our fisherman.
Yeah, dude. Attaboy, Seth.
Good putt by Seth.
Yeah. Yeah, it was such a beautiful day. People were out fishing at the park and hanging out, and it's a
Take your time. You want, hey, call one. I'll do it.
good place to be on a weekend.
Yeah. Appreciate Brandon kind of taking his time, just waiting for the best opportunity to make this putt.
I'll
Yeah.
be gone for you.
Strong side, right in the basket. Good putt.
Good putt.
I like the wind. Yeah. I just didn't like what was happening behind it.
Yeah, definitely a tricky hole. I mean, it's quite a bit of distance, and if the wind's favorable, you can definitely attack the basket for the birdie. But I think in these conditions, it's probably best to kind of lay up for that par. As we move into hole 17, it's a par 3, 219. Probably a pretty well-known hole on this course. A lot of these guys are just going to throw a nice big hyzer. You've got kind of a small gap off the tee that you have to hit perfectly and just let the disc fade.
Do that.
Small retaining wall sort of protecting the green as well.
I think they had done some tree work on this because I remember the last time I played this wasn't that long ago that the gap was really hard to hit, but it looked like it's been opened up a little bit.
Yeah. It's already such a kind of a tricky throw and very particular, very specific that it's important to kind of keep this hole in particular maintenance well. That bad bad tree hit there, rolling down the backside of this hill. Be interesting to see kind of what's left from that position.
That's the play right there.
Yeah, that's it. Keeping it simple. Nice big hyzer.
So Brandon kind of got caught up, and he's got to make a little forehand shot recovery here, and he does a good job until he didn't. I forgot that he had tree.
Yeah, that's a tricky spot. I mean, especially having to go to a forehand, you got to keep that really wide. I just don't know that that's a feasible option, but I think he did an okay job recovering. He'll have a really long look at his par, but he's still holding down the fort as far as the leaderboard, so.
Well, he bogeyed the last hole, and he's going to at least bogey this one. So Nick here wants to make this because he would tie up with him, possibly. So he
Going
ran
into
it, and that's what happened. So
yeah.
he was really hoping to get that.
Risk reward.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I don't blame Nick for running the putt, Now he's just in for par. He's at least, guaranteed a podium finish at this point.
And there's a birdie from Seth.
Yeah, Seth's made a really good recovery on the back 5 holes, especially after the kind of the little bit of struggle and stuff he was having on a few of the holes earlier in the day. Brandon in for his bogey.
We're
as
at
we
hole
move in
18, par 3, 382. Tunnel coming out, lots of wind. Basket is straight ahead.
Yeah, don't do
Um,
bald spot.
I told them, I said, hey, I was trying to get them to do all their high five, bump five, fist five, and this is what they did instead.
He's gonna get a picture of Nick on his phone.
A good group of guys, man. I appreciate y'all letting me film today.
Yeah, big shout out to the third annual Legends Open and the group putting everything together, putting this tournament together. This was a lot of fun to shoot and do some commentary for.
Yeah,
And,
Kyron and his wife, his kids were out there playing. His wife's family, I believe. Kyron's dad was out there. They are all running the tournament. They did a fantastic job of organizing this tournament. The award ceremony at the end was really cool, which I've got a lot of that on the end. I don't know how much I'm going to leave on, but just a good deal.
Come on, girl.
Go somewhere.
really good shot from Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of put a little bit of Anheuser flexed it. Just let that kind of.
Oh, no.
Ooh, bad tree kick from Nick. Tricky position now.
Yeah, it's funny that you can laugh.
Go, yes.
'Cause,
Go.
Good.
That was sick.
that was a
Nice.
great recovery shot.
Really good recovery shot from that position, especially. Yeah, this is such a cool 18 with these kind of guardian rocks that you have around the basket. Very cool feature.
You dirty
The
bastard.
hardest part was, I had a guy over there on his grill smoking some meat, something, and man, I could smell it cooking. It made me hungry.
Great run. Almost
Good
had the
bid
height
there
close.
from Seth.
I don't mind.
Accordance, perfect. Further and fed.
Here's Nick's third after his recovery shot. See if he can cash the par.
Save par.
Just a little bit over.
Yeah, he didn't
Winds
look
are
like
really
he tried
pushing.
really hard on that, but Scott.
Yeah, just a bit short. Yeah, I think with the kind of swirly wind that they're having out there, it's kind of a tough one to combat with, but he'll recover the bogey and come out with an under par round, which is good for Nick.
Nick wins quite a few tournaments around the Oklahoma area and surrounding areas. He plays a lot of tournaments. So there's our final scores. Brandon, there he is, taking home $476. There's Kyron, and his dad sitting there in the blue shirt. And there's his wife, all the little kiddos. So I, at the end of this, they awarded all the prizes for all the people that won. And I don't know if it was this guy or another guy, but they're like, yeah, what was your score? And he's like, it's 20 under.
That's a pretty incredible round, must say.
That
for 18
was a
holes.
pretty incredible round. I didn't get to see any of the kids play, obviously, because I was out filming, but I would have liked to. I bet they had a good time. But they're getting all their little prizes here, and but over and all, Andrew, they did a great job running the tournament. This is for those kids, and I love to see the families out doing stuff. There's our little guy. They
Yeah.
were asking on the first video, you going to win the tournament? I don't know.
Yeah, it's well put together and a lot of fun for all parties involved, and the our feature card, put together a fantastic round. If you didn't get a chance to, definitely go check out the first round of this tournament at Ruby Grant.
Yeah, do that. I think what I will do, Andrew, on this is we will say our goodbyes, but I'm going to let the video play out for the rest of the awards. And so you people that want to watch that can watch that, because I don't want to take away from all these youngsters getting these prizes.
Yeah. Well, again, just a fantastic tournament. Great last final round for our featured group. Congratulations to Brandon on his win, taking down this tournament. And yeah, we hope you guys have enjoyed. Again, make sure and subscribe to the channel. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, and reach out if you're ever interested in us shooting around with you. So, but thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace out.
Fourth place MJ10, Ethan Davis. Picture?
Picture, buddy. Go, Bubba.
Look over here. Look over here.
Oh, it's 24, so I already
No, we ain't done any of these yet. MJ15, Carly. 6 under. Good job. Good job. Second place, MJ15, Tiberius. Third place, Otto.
Go, Otto. Alright.
MA3. How many we gonna do? Oh, wait, tell us. No, no, no. Right here. Oh, actually.
MA3, 8th place.
MA3.
8th place.
Sean Murray.
Hey. Oh, sorry. Oh, picture time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Devin Mann. 7th place.
Hey, buddy.
Sir. Who's gonna take a picture? This bro.
6th place, James Dixon. 5th place, Carl Northam.
Where'd 6th place go? 5th place? No?
We can take it for him.
We can take James's too.
Well, there's not a 6th place bag. I don't know where it went. This is MA3 4th place.
What's that one?
Which, this one?
Yeah.
6th place. Okay.
It's okay.
Who's 6th place?
We can give it to James.
Yeah, cool. 4th place. Alright.
4th place, Byron McDonald.
Byron said give it to the kids.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Is it? To the kids.
3rd place, Tanner Bird.
3rd place. Go. Picture time.
Miles. Big cheese.
Over here. Over here.
Hey.
Ether. Thank you.
Gateway ether.
2nd place, Rodney Swift.
Go, Rodney.
Attaboy.
Picture time.
Stable. Go forward.
Yeah, we're all gonna look really tall.
Want to see the big smile.
1st place, Ryan Nix.
Yeah.
Second place, Tyler Stokes.
Wait, Don, they had a playoff. And Keaton got second.
Keaton Schmaltz.
And he went home.
He's out in the truck.
Oh, he's in the truck.
Second, Tyler Stokes.
Wait, first place.
First place.
Oh, my bad. I'll get it right in a minute.
This is MA2 first place. There it is.
You got anybody 75 there?
I have the S. I don't know. MA 75, which MA 60. MA 60 first place.
MA 60 first place, Walt Runyon.
$75? 75 first place.
MA 75 first place, Gene. David Driscoll.
I want a picture with this guy.
Hang on to that hand.
Absolutely.
What you got?
For the kids. Woo! MA1, second place.
MA1 second place, Joshua Hendricks.
Picture time? Okay.
Ready for first place?
First place.
MA1 first place, Josh Curtis.
You got first place. Swap me.
Yeah, swap them.
Woo!
What happened?
I just, it's Josh and Joshua.
There you go. There you go.
Picture time.
Oh, all right.
Picture time. Go. Okay. Kids.
Wait,
All right.
we already done FCO?
No, we have
No,
not.
first place.
Wait, Karen, I haven't.
No, that's what we're doing now.
We got, what's in it now?
Yeah, you did it back.
It's pretty.
Mom,
First place.
You made what?
MP60.
MP60 first place, Randy Terrazas.
Check it out. Picture time.
got it.
Alright. Yeah, no problem. Good job today. Envelopes.
She's gonna take
We already have MD50, so we're skipping MP50. FPO. Yeah.
This is gonna take a second.
So let's do MPO.
Good one?
MPO. What's the first? MPO.
Oh.
Aspen. That one. Those are in the car, bud. MPO first, fifth place.
MPO!
Fifth place.
Chris Runyon.
Adams also got tied.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we'll split it.
Yeah.
Okay. Picture time, guys.
Oh,
Take a picture.
Get a picture of running rings.
Hold up yes. 5 fingers, Scott. I don't know.
Chris, get in the middle.
There we go.
How tall he is.
Tell him you get it off because he got the ace part.
Yeah, he got the ace part. Yes, let's do that. Okay, FPO first place.
FPO first place, Aspen Cook. Okay.
Wait on the. My finger gripped.
Got it. But Kyron was looking over here.
Okay.
Give her, oh. I thought you were holding it.
Alright, we got. Three-way tie. So do we have a three-way tie for a second?
We're not taking cash. You can give me it.
No, give me their cash. Seth is the only one taking cash.
So does that mean you guys get plastic, Seth gets money?
I think it's up to you now. I think, like they changed the rule, you don't have to pay out in plastic.
Let me hear that flare.
That's up to you guys.
I have a plastic now.
So you guys don't want anything? Is it?
It's up to you.
All of you.
This is perfect.
I don't need
Yeah, we can give it, we put it all set.
Give it all to Seth. Okay. Alright. Where's Seth at? Second place.
Second place, Seth Ward!
You left.
Who's the assessments?
Alright.
Can we give it to Chris and then give it to Seth?
I see my face.
Donate it to the kids.
Donate it to kids. Seth donated it, I think. Alright, we got first place, MPO.
Brandon Cawthorn!
Yeah.